In this clip, we're going to talk about communication, how important it is as an infielder to communicate. I can tell you that you're severely hurting yourself as a defensive player if you don't know how to communicate well with your teammates out there on the field, on the defensive side of the ball. You know, team play really is emphasized in baseball on the defensive side. All right, when we hit, it's pretty individual. When we pitch, it's a pretty individual sport. When we have to move around and the ball's hit into play, it becomes a bit more of a team sport at that point. And because of that, we have to communicate. I see it all the time at the young ages, youth baseball, the failure to communicate on simple things, fly balls in the infield, okay? The failure to communicate leads to errors, mental mistakes. At an early age and throughout your baseball career, always be communicating with one another. From who's got the, in the middle, shortstop, second base, who's got the coverage on a stolen base. We're communicating. We might have signs for it. A lot of times you'll see the shortstop just do a mouth signal every pitch at the higher levels, right? They're changing their game plan or strategy based on, you know, pitch location or pitch selection, and the shortstop will be calling it on a pitch-to-pitch basis. Who's got the coverage? At the lower levels and at the high school levels, it's a bit more simple, where you may have shortstops, second baseman cover the base, you know, depending on if it's a lefty or righty hitter or whatnot. But that's one form of communication. You know, fly balls, talking. I got it, I got it, I got it. You know, good practice by good infielders would, you know, just sometimes you lose a ball. You don't have it. You got to call out the other player's name. You know, maybe if you're the shortstop, the third baseman or second baseman, you got to ask for help while the ball's in midair. Communicating with your pitcher. Okay, bunt defenses, double plays, again, coverages. So on steals, we're always communicating on coverages. You know, the middle infielders are going to let the third baseman know if someone is trying to steal third base. Good habits to get into is communicating with your catcher. Your catcher is basically the only person on the field that sees everything that's going on. They see everything. So to have some kind of maybe hand signals to your catchers from especially your corner infielders, but even your middle guys, pick off plays, all that stuff comes from a signal, okay? A signal is a form of communication, obviously. So whether we're vocally communicating with stuff or getting in the habit of having hand signals, if you're on a team and you're playing a lot of games together and you're a pretty close-knit group that practices a lot together, you guys got to get to know each other, communicate either vocally or through hand signals, and just when in doubt, communicate. That's a good rule of thumb. If I hear a quiet infield all the time, no one's saying nothing, there's no hand signals, no communication going on back and forth, it's not a good sign. It's not a good infield. You're not prepared. Communication goes a long way. Do it. When in doubt, do it. Okay? Communicate with your teammates. It'll make for a better defense.